Hey everybody, Jim with IGN Movies. I am here outside of Hall H, and they just got through with the Marvel panel. Now, a couple of big announcements there today, plus some footage from Iron Man 3. Let's do the announcements first. First of all, the Captain America sequel is going to be called Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Yes, they're going to go with that story. We're going to see Bucky Barnes back from the dead, and it's a very badass sniper next time around. Thor 2, and we broke this news here first at IGN. Thor 2 is going to be called Thor: The Darkest World. They confirmed that Zachary Levi is going to be Fandral, but that's about it. That's all they said about the movie. So Thor: The Darkest World. And yes, no real shock here, Guardians of the Galaxy is the other big 2014 movie. They did confirm the lineup, which is going to be the current roster of comic book characters. And another big surprise, Edgar Wright. He came out and showed the Ant-Man test footage that he has done. And it's a little more than test footage now. It was some unfinished special effects, but the Ant-Man suit is kind of much more of a mech suit. He's got the helmet with the antenna and everything, but his face is covered. It's kind of a red-black color, and it was some really cool stuff of him basically trying to sneak down this hall and get past a couple of guards using his powers. Very cool stuff, and it left the audience wanting more, of course. But the big show was Iron Man 3. Now, Robert Downey entered the hall to some Luther Vandross music. You know, no real ego there, but he really put on a show for them. He had a repulsor glove on. He took the stage. He was joined by Don Cheadle, Shane Black, the co-writer and the director of the film, and Jon Favreau, the director of the first two Iron Man movies, who is back as Happy Hogan in this film. Now, what they showed, and of course, Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige, what they showed basically, they acknowledged, yes, it is the Mandarin. The reveal at the very end of the footage was Ben Kingsley in full costume. It's very difficult to describe. He kind of looks like the comic book character. He's got the rings and the robe, but he's got a funky hairdo that's not quite like the Mandarin's. He kind of looks a cross between like a rock star and a Klingon. I'm sure they'll put out a photo of that soon, but he's got the gaudy robe and the rings, and it starts with Happy Hogan and Tony Stark talking, and then we cut to some attack helicopters taking out Tony's seaside home in Malibu, and we see it just go down the cliff, everything. Really kind of a scene of mass destruction hitting Tony literally right where he lives. And the effects were surprisingly finished for a movie that's still only about halfway through production. Overall, the Iron Man 3 footage looked very cool. And, it's still got the same kind of tone as the first two movies, but it looks like it's going to get much more serious, and Iron Man's really, in their words, going to hit rock bottom in this one. No, that's not a demon in the bottle reference. They're not doing that story. But overall, things look great for Marvel. We can't wait to see more of Iron Man 3, and of course, more from Ant-Man if and when that finally happens. So keep it here in IGN Movies for all your Comic-Con news and more on all the Marvel movies coming up.